Hey, how's everybody going? Today I'm just hopping on here to see who we can help, see if anybody has any questions. So we'll just wait a while and just see what's going on. First, when you hop on here, if you can tell me where you're checking in from. Love to hear where people are checking in from. We love connecting with people all around the world. So yeah, in the comments, go ahead and tell me where you're checking in from, what pain you might be dealing with, and if you have any questions. In the meantime, I'm just gonna, kind of give people hope, as much hope as I can. Hey Lee, hey Arthur. Welcome Arthur. We got Fresno, California in the house. Dealing with sciatica, okay. If you haven't tried our program, I definitely recommend it. So we just got a message that I posted on the website of somebody who dealt with sciatic pain recently did our program. And so I wanted to get on here and give a little bit of hope, and that's part of the idea here is our body is an amazing machine. And when you give it what it needs, it will heal itself. And so typically we'll see inflammation in the body, and we'll get inflammation in the areas in the body that have the most issues to begin with. So for example, if you eat something that's inflammatory and you already have inflammation in your lower back, you're going to be more inflamed, and then you're going to feel back pain, and it's going to be associated with your nutrition, right? Because nutrition affects every single aspect of the body, and that's why everything's connected, right? So your mental attitude to the food that you put in your body, to the thoughts that you have. And so every single thing is going to create this chemical stew in your body, and it's going to cause chemical reactions, and therefore it's going to translate to how your body functions. I mean, there's been numerous studies on this. Just to give you an example of how powerful the mind is, they did one study where they set up participants. They split them into two groups. One group was told that they had a high caloric shake that they were going to drink every day. It was 620 calories. It was very high in calories. And the other one was told that they were drinking a nutritious, kind of slim shake. And what they found is the hunger hormone in the people that thought they were drinking the high caloric, dense calorie drink, their ghrelin levels increased dramatically. That spiked the hunger in the body. So just the thought of what they were about to consume changed the chemistry in their body. If you haven't read the book, Biology of Belief, I highly recommend it. It's about how we change even our DNA. We're sending messages, we're talking to our cells all the time, and our cells are listening to our body. And so the thoughts that you have about yourself are going to affect your body. And there's a saying that the issues are in the tissues, right? So we store these thoughts and these traumas, and we're programming our body to move through our thoughts. And this is an extremely important thing to understand. Hey Lucinda, hey Judy, hey Maureen, thanks for checking in. Love to know where you guys are checking in from. So let's go back. Every thought you have sends a ripple effect of a feeling throughout the body. Those feelings are actually creating your movement. So if you're moving incorrectly, or your thoughts are incorrect about yourself, you may be taking actions that are incorrect, that are creating a pain pattern in your body. So it's creating a skill. It means you are getting better at pain. So who here is identifying with this right now? Have you gotten better at getting into pain? And would you like to learn the skill of getting out of pain? Because it starts with a simple process, and just doing movement can change your brain. So, so for those of you who are maybe suffering right now and need some hope, I've seen the worst of the worst cases. We've had people come before surgery, after surgery, all types of back issues. And the amazing thing is your body can heal itself when it's given what it needs. And so there's going to be the mental aspect, the nutrition aspect, and then the movements. And those are basically the 3 pillars that will change everything. And so most people don't know, and I don't really share it and I don't promote it that much, but we have the most testimonials in the entire world for any back program. I mean, we have, so I can just show you real quick. This is something that we used to keep in our offices, and this is from like 5 years ago. But this is just like hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, like a booklet of people that came in, and I can just pull some of them out from like some stories that were just incredible. And actually there's 1 year later follow-up testimonials as well. So for example, let's see if we can find it here. The 1 year, all right, here's a 1 year follow-up. So this is Carol. She came in, she couldn't walk. And so her first testimonial, so just if you think your pain is as bad as some other people, there are people that literally were unable to get out of bed for a long period of time. They couldn't walk. And then we started reconnecting their mind with their body in a biomechanically, neurologically powerful way that changes the way that your body moves. And so she was able to walk again, and then we would do 1 year later follow-ups, right? And 1 year later, I don't know if you can see really well there, but if you look at just the picture, she looks like a different person, right? So she looked a lot older, and now she looks young and more vibrant, because once you take the pain away, you can do other things, and she was able to start exercising again. So that was Carol, right? So it just goes on and on and on. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because, look, we had a dentist who came in hobbling and left walking, right? So this is with doctors. We've used this with physical therapists. The physical therapists actually would refer us. So this is just, this is from 5 years ago. So this is like, comments, videos, everything. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because these people all thought the same thing. They all thought there wasn't a solution, or that they were unique in that one specific incident, pow, caused them back pain, and that they were going to deal with it for life. And I learned this myself because I thought the same thing. If you don't know my story, this is how I got into it. As I injured my back playing basketball, I actually broke a small piece of my back. And I thought I was doomed for the rest of my life to deal with back pain. And I spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Just to give you an idea of how much money I spent. When I was 24, I was working as a waiter and a bartender. And first off, if anybody knows how painful that can be, walking on your feet for 8 hours, I was willing to spend. I went to a lady who was called kinesis myofascial integration. And I spent $125 a session of cash, a minimum of 12 sessions. That's how bad I was seeking at age 24. So I'm telling you, I was spending all of my extra cash working at a restaurant in New York City where rents are high, and I was spending all that money to get rid of my back pain. And the thing is I had to spend thousands of dollars, and I needed somebody else to apply something onto me. And I didn't like that. So I wanted to know how I could fix the issue myself. And so that is what I went on a mission to figure out. And that's how we came up with the formula for back pain relief for life. And that's how we've changed thousands of people's lives, because they're no longer dependent on other people. And the reason why I show you this, the 1 year later follow-up, is I don't know if you guys know Dr. Sarno. But Dr. Sarno, he passed away recently. He was a surgeon, and he wrote Healing Back Pain. If you haven't read that, I highly recommend Healing Back Pain by Dr. Sarno. And what he did as a surgeon, he found out years later that his surgeries didn't do any good. And so he called his patients. This is how he found out. He said, hey, I wonder how my patients are doing. And he would call them and say, hey, how's your back pain? They'd say, it's still there, even after the surgery. And he found out that there was a mental component to their back pain. And so once you figure out the mental component, the movement component, and nutrition, which always helps, but usually it's the mental and the movement that's going to really transform, that's where you can see the biggest impact. So yeah, I would love to hear where everybody's checking in from. Any comments and questions. Some of them, the questions aren't popping up right now, but I can see them later on once we go off, and I'll try to answer as many questions that you might have. So just to recap, there is a solution to any pain you're dealing with, usually at any time. If you guys don't know Joe Dispenza's story, I highly recommend you looking at Joe Dispenza's story, because he was hit by a car, it crushed his spine, and he was told he needed surgery all throughout his spine, and he went home and he meditated for about 8 hours a day for weeks. And he was riding a bike when he originally got his back broken. Someone hit him with the car while he was riding his bike, and he was out riding his bike like 6 weeks later. Just to give you the power of the mind and the body. And so when done in combination with specific movements, remember, your spine is a magical wand. You are as young as your spine is mobile. If you're not doing things daily to, just like brushing your teeth, flossing the spine, right? Getting synovial fluid activated, getting the body lubricated, getting the joints lubricated, you're aging rapidly. You're aging faster than you should be, right? So hydrating, nutrition, movement, mindset, etc. is what's going to stave off the pain. Reconnecting the body and the mind, making sure it's mobile and limber, and there you will have the solution. I hope you guys found this helpful today. I just want to jump on here, see if we had any questions, and see if I can help anybody out in any way possible. I'll look in the comments below and see if we can get any responses. I hope everyone has a great day.